I'm in Durban this morning. I'm at the Unilever offices. I'm meeting with the board, telling them a little bit about the future and how to prepare for it, my favorite thing to do. But on the way here, I was listening to a podcast that taught me something remarkable, something that I'm bubbling over just to want to share with you. And I'm just showing you the view while I'm doing this because it's a beautiful office space. Wow. Anyway, what I learned was, geez, it's still buzzing in my head, is when we go through something painful, when we're suffering from a disease or when we're suffering from something that's just uncomfortable and it doesn't cease to end, it keeps happening over and over and over. So for me, a breakup that I had many, many months ago played out inside my head so much, so often. And we often find ourselves regurgitating and repeating scenarios that hurt us. And in the same process of this, we find ourselves getting sick from this emotional state or just not in a good space. And so this lecture that I was listening to, the audience member said, so I've been feeling sick and I've been in this diseased body for the last 16 years. How do I get out of it? And the answer was remarkable. This is what he said. He said, make two lists. The first list, write down all the things that you're suffering from, the pain that you have and the sort of uneasiness that you have. The second list, write down all the things that this pain has taught you, that this disease has given you a new perspective on something. Write all those things down. Then take the first list, burn it. And the second list, start teaching all the things that you have benefited from this pain that you've been going through. The minute you start teaching this stuff, you are telling this pain inadvertently that you've learned the lesson, that you're now able to get over it. And now that you can get over it, guess what? The lesson disappears. Which was just, for me, was wow, I'd never thought of it in those words. And so for me, as an example, I did this about a month ago. And I wrote down all the things that I enjoyed about my relationship, about what I'd experienced within the relationship, and also what had happened post the relationship, the pain. What had it taught me? It taught me about boundaries. It taught me about self-respect. It taught me about a whole bunch of different things. And what I did was started telling my friends who were going through the same process about the things that I'd learned from the hurtful relationship that I'd been in. And guess what? I feel 100% released of it. And I didn't know what I was actually doing. And this lecture just taught me that. It was just such a fantastic lesson. So just in a nutshell, whatever you're going through, if it's painful, write down what you're benefiting from that pain. What have you learned from that process? Start teaching what you've learned, whether it's from a bankruptcy, whether it's from a breakup, whether it's from a disease, whether it's from a sickness. Teach about the positives, and you're inadvertently telling that thing that you've learned the lesson and it's time to move on. Mind blown. I can't believe it. What a trick. I don't think I'm ever going to get stuck in anything again. Anyway, I thought I'd just share that. And here I am at Unilever, about to go and meet the board, which I am highly excited about. Ciao from Durban. Have a great weekend, everybody.